I don't have my big chalkboard, so you can't get the full effect right here, but for October, I really like to bring out Mr Bonejangles to add some fun and variety to singing time. So what I usually do, it's after our program, and so I didn't have as much time with him, but I like to do the song Hinges with him, and I have him up on the board, and then I use little magnets to keep his skeleton everywhere. And so I'll call one of the kids up, like a super singer or someone who needs a turn, and then usually my first go-to for choosing people to do this is the oldest class in primary. So if you have senior primary, the oldest class, because it's going to be their last chance to do Mr Bonejangles. So I try to give them a turn to do it before they leave primary if they want. And so anyway, the child will come up and arrange Mr Bonejangles in a fun position, but I tell them it has to be something we can do, and often I will help prompt them, like, oh, do you want his arm like this, like a square, or oh, do you want the hand on the hip? Because sometimes the kids aren't really sure what to do, and they might just want to be silly, or they just take too long thinking about it. I'll say, oh, do you want the leg straight or bent? And so I kind of propel them along that way. And then and while they're doing that, I also talk to them about how thankful I am for our bodies, how Heavenly Father gave us bodies and hinges so that we can do many things. I say, I have a hinge right here so I can eat and I can hug. And I have hinges here so I can pick up suitcases and I can talk to children and things like that. So I always tie it back to our love for Heavenly Father and His love for us through our physical bodies. And then we sing the hinge song in that position. So let's say a child, chose a kind of silly position. And I say, if you're going to lose your balance, you just put your foot down or lean on a chair, because sometimes they can get a little too silly. And we sing, I'm all made of hinges because everything bends from the top of my neck way down to my ends. I'm hinges in front and I'm hinges in back. And then I warn the kids at the end to get their hands ready. And I have to be hinges or else I would crack. And then we do a big clap all together. And so we sing hinges, and then we'll go work on a different song. And then we'll go back to hinges, and then to the other song. So it kind of adds variety and fun, but we don't overdo it with the song. And they have a lot of fun with it every October.